Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome you during this short view and explanation. France is usually considered as a country of law. This means with democratic institutions and mainly, it's the case of today, the respect of the contracts. Insurance contracts are particularly important because they concern some important capitals and important interests. In order to protect the good finalization of the contracts, we have not only the courts, as in any country, but as in all over the OCDE countries, we have a special commission for insurance. Let's call him the commissioner. In France, the commissioner is called Autorité de contrôle prudentiel, ACP, and in our presentation of today, we just call them the commissioner. This is an independent admin with all the powers, eventually excessive powers. Of course, in the Anglo-Saxon tradition, the power must be used in a reasonable way. But we have another culture and we have imported, in this case, a system with a commissioner which is not really adapted to a reasonable behavior. We are a broking company. We have been founded some 10 years ago with an insurance group whose name is Monceau, M-O-N-C-E-A-U, in Paris. 5 years ago, we had no more good relations as it may happen. That's why the founders, as myself, have bought all the shares of our broking company whose name is Alsace, A-L-S-A-S-N-S. We are based near Strasbourg in the eastern part of France. As is usually done by a broker, if he can find a better condition for his clients, we have transferred our contracts to a new insurer whose name is Spheria Vie, S-P-H-E-R-A-A, V-I-E. They're based in Orléans. Well, this contract has been underwritten by the chairman of the company and by the clients, of course. But the managers of the Monceau Group were calling their former colleagues. As you know, in France, you go easily from the administration to the management of private companies as a kind of, let's call it, an easy career. And so they called their former colleague from the commissioner, and this commission decided to organize a cancellation of this transfer of contract, completely against all the laws, against all the contracts, against all the underwritings. In the same time, this commissioner has called a new, let's call him administrateur indépendant. It's a kind of commissioner having all the powers in our own company, a private company, with no control of any judge, in order to destroy from inside our company. To destroy it from inside, as it was a very good structured company with no debts, with no liability, and of course, as a broker, we have no liability in risks. And while they do that, and they participate to this cancellation of existing contracts with the clients. And the clients don't approve. They want to continue the contract. Even the insurance company wanted to continue the contract, but they were under the pressure of the commissioner. We are in a really non-legal attitude, non-reasonable attitude. The members of the parliament disapprove this kind of attitude. The politicians disapprove it. The judges began to disapprove it. But the time of the politics, the times of the courts, are not the time of the business. And this very faulty behavior is operating since something like 2.5 years. This is an absolute fault. Against these kind of things, of course, we present this case to the courts, the different courts, at the highest level. But at the same time, we have created an association, the Association of the Victim of the ACP, the commissioner, let's call him again like that. And we really propose you to join this association in order to defend your rights, in order to get eventually some damages if you have failed some damages, in order to prevent that kind of behavior. This is absolutely a not democratic behavior in a normal Western country. We have nearly no words to qualify it. But in a first time, we have a joint interest with the clients, our brokers, because we are some kind of main brokers. And all these people are independent people, and all these people have a common interest in defending the free enterprise, the free power of creating their own company and running it. I guess the real problem of the commissioner is that our contract doesn't suit them because it's a very interesting contract. What is it, our insurance contract? It's a long-term cover in case of death. Everybody knows that. We pay, or the insurer pays a capital in case of death within a certain number of years. And at the end of the period, at the period of the contract, if no death has occurred, the total of the premiums are repaid to the assured. Well, this is a very interesting contract, but to some extent, for the commissioner, it's too interesting. It's not normal that a small broking company, that a small insurance company, because our partners are small insurance company, may use that kind of possibility on the market. This must be reserved to the big companies. It's to some extent the same behavior as before the revolutions. It may suit to Versailles or not. That's a kind of unsupportable behavior. That's why joining our association is certainly a way of legal, soft, but efficient self-defense. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention, and to go with this, to participate to this association, you just follow our instructions on this internet message. Thanks again for this attention, and let's defend our very common and independent interests. Bye-bye, and reading you soon.